Right now at noon, we are tracking alert day conditions as we begin to wrap up the work week. We're going to take a look at just how hot this weekend will be as well in the full forecast.
Plus, a new report claims the Justice Department told the president his name appears multiple times in the Epstein files. How Capitol Hill is pushing for more information. This is News 3 Now at noon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Josh Breiter. Another alert day in store for us this afternoon for hot temperatures and the chances for strong storms. This as a heat dome remains over the Midwest. We want to start with meteorologist Blaze Keller with the first warn forecast this afternoon. Hi, Blaze.
Hello. Yes, we are going to continue to sit underneath these hot and humid conditions throughout the rest of your Thursday, and that continues into really the rest of the work week into the weekend as well. But for now, we're issuing an alert day just for today. We may go ahead and issue an alert day for Sunday, and we'll touch on how hot we will get on Sunday in just a moment. But the alert day for Thursday is going to be for showers and thunderstorms that may redevelop here as we head into the afternoon. If we take it into some of these showers moving across parts of Dane County right now, stretching from Columbus all the way back into downtown Madison, right along 151. That's a little shower activity. That's going to push into parts of Dodge as well as Jefferson County over the next hour or so. Then let's head out to Bosco Bell and south of Viroqua into Richland Center, Haney. That's where we also find a little bit of shower activity into Muscoda 2, back into Lone Rock. These are going to continue to move very slowly from west to east as we go throughout the afternoon. But as we go into later parts of this afternoon, Future Track is going to bring a few showers and thunderstorms. Some of those may be severe, especially closer to Lake Michigan, with strong winds and hail as the main threats. Not to mention, it is still going to feel like the upper 90s to low 100s across parts of Dodge County, Jefferson County, Rock County, Walworth counties as well. So that's the reason why we have the alert day conditions for Thursday, because we need to make sure we are staying cool and hydrated on this Thursday. I mentioned before, Sunday is going to be another hot one. We're tracking how hot it will be and how hot it will feel like in the full forecast.
All right, Blaze, we'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you. Remember, you can track the forecast for yourself on the First Warn Weather app. Download it for free in your phone's app store by searching WISC Weather. Today, the father of the Abundant Life Christian School shooter will be in court for a preliminary hearing. Jeffrey Rupp now faces 2 counts of intent to sell a dangerous weapon to a person under 18 and 1 count of contributing to his child's delinquency. Court records show Rupp now provided his daughter access to multiple guns while knowing about her ongoing mental health struggles. He's currently out on bond. He has not yet entered a plea or responded publicly to the charges. During today's preliminary hearing, prosecutors should present evidence, then the judge will decide if there's enough probable cause to go to trial. The man accused in a deadly stabbing at a Fitchburg bar is pleading not guilty. Rodney Golden faces first-degree intentional homicide charges following the incident at Monkey Shine's Bar and Grill in May. Police say Golden and the victim fought in the parking lot after the victim allegedly slapped Golden in the head. The victim later died at the hospital. Officers also found a rifle and nearly 500 grams of fentanyl at Golden's home. His pretrial conference is scheduled for late September. La Crosse police are waiting on autopsy results after a sad end in the search for a missing grad student. Police say Elliot Hines' body was found in the Mississippi River in New Brownsville, Minnesota. The 22-year-old was last seen early Sunday morning on surveillance video walking near the Mississippi River in La Crosse. Her mother describes her as a fabulous person with the biggest heart. The investigation is ongoing. This afternoon, a woman reported missing in Platteville is also dead. A University of Platteville spokesperson says Emma Jacobs' body was found during a search for her Tuesday. The Lafayette County Coroner's Office then confirmed her identity. The coroner says no foul play is suspected and there's no threat to the public. Developing right now, wrestling icon Hulk Hogan has reportedly died. So far, not much information has been released, but we did learn that medics were dispatched to the WWE legend's Florida home early this morning, with operators stating it and regarding it as a cardiac arrest. Hogan helped transform professional wrestling into an entertainment sport, facing everyone from Andre the Giant to The Rock. Hogan was inducted twice into the WWE Hall of Fame. He was 71 years old. A new report claims the Justice Department told President Trump his name is among many in the Jeffrey Epstein files. And as Natalie Brand reports, it comes as a House committee voted to subpoena the files related to the investigation.
The fallout over the Trump administration's handling of documents related to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein is growing, with the Wall Street Journal reporting officials told President Trump in May that his name appeared in the Epstein files multiple times among many other high-profile names. The Journal notes being mentioned in the records is not a sign of wrongdoing. But the report contradicts what the president said last week when asked what his attorney general told him.
Specifically, did she tell you at all that your name appeared in the file?
No, she's given us just a very quick briefing, and in terms of the credibility of the different things that they've seen.
The White House called the Wall Street Journal report a continuation of fake news, adding that Trump kicked Epstein out of his Mar-a-Lago club for being a creep. Some Republicans on Capitol Hill also downplayed the development.
It's not new news that they knew each other. They were both New Yorkers involved in the same charities and other events.
But there's a bipartisan push for more transparency. The House Oversight Committee voted Wednesday night to subpoena the Justice Department for the Epstein files, with 3 Republicans joining Democrats in support. President Trump this week urged members of his party to change the topic.
Every time they give you a question that's not appropriate, just say, oh, by the way, Obama cheated on the election.
The White House invited Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard to brief reporters on what she alleges was a manipulation of intelligence by the Obama administration related to Russia and interference in the 2016 election in order to undermine the first Trump presidency. But a series of reviews, including bipartisan ones, concluded that Russia meddled in 2016 but did not alter the vote count. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
We have breaking news right now. In just the last few minutes, we have learned Governor Evers announced he will not seek a third term for office. That will leave an open primary on the Democratic side to keep the highly sought-after seat. We'll have more on this news coming up in our next newscast live at 4, and of course always on at channel3000.com. Coming up next at noon, why some above-ground pools are getting recalled, plus how the new program at Uber is making some customers feel safer.
Bestway, Intex, and Poly Group are recalling certain above-ground pools that are 48 inches and taller because of a drowning hazard. The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission says straps that wrap around the pools on the outside of supporting poles may create a foothold, allowing a child to access the pool even without a ladder or steps. The agency says it believes 9 children have drowned that way in the pool since 2007. Uber says it is starting a program to let women passengers pick female drivers or share a ride with other women. Testing of the Women Preferences program is set to begin in the next few weeks in Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Detroit. In a statement, Uber said women customers will see an option called Women Drivers in the app. And it's a tongue-twister mashup between fast food chain Wendy's and the popular Netflix series Wednesday. The two announced the Wendy's Wednesday Meal of Misery ahead of the show's Season 2 Part 1 premiere next month. The meal launches nationwide on August 4th and includes a Raven's Blood Frosty, 4 Inferno-inspired mystery dips of dread, Rest-In 10-piece nuggets, and Kirsten crispy fries. Wednesday fans will also have the chance to win $10,000 through the interactive Escape from Wednesday's Woe game experience on the Wendy's app. The beginning of the show's second season comes to Netflix August 6th. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Jesse Mitchell.
Here's the stock report at the noon hour. The Dow is down 209 points, NASDAQ up 46, and the S&P 500 up 9. Pam has the farm report next, and Blaze is tracking the first warn forecast. And later on Live at 4, our full interview with the Marquette Law School poll director about the president's latest approval rating. Welcome back. Let's check in now with Pam Yankee for the Midwest Farm Report. Hi, Pam.
Hi, Josh. Yeah, another sticky day out there. I just want the Channel 3 viewers to know you want to catch up with me despite the weather. I'm going to be at Hickory Hills Academy this afternoon. They kind of incorporate things like agriculture and animals to teach children, and that's off South High Point Road if you want to come on by and see the Farm Babe sweat with you, but it's going to be a lot of fun starting at 5:30. You know, I don't often talk about all these trade agreements that are going on around the world and how they impact agriculture, but this time when it comes to Wisconsin, I want you to know, despite the threat of tariffs, our Wisconsin Department of Ag, Trade, and Consumer Protection crew still continuing to work with Wisconsin agribusinesses to try to find new ways to market our products abroad. For example, I just talked to Randy Romansky, our Wisconsin Ag Secretary. He just returned from a trade mission to Indonesia, along with some of our Wisconsin companies. They're not a bad consumer of dairy. In fact, last year alone, $245 million worth of dairy products that they purchased from the United States, and it is the 7th largest export market for our U.S. dairy products. So remember, Wisconsin about 4 years ago started to put a little money towards ag exports, and these are the kinds of relationships that have been developed. Romansky was telling me, you know, the relationships don't happen overnight, and we're not going to let them go by the wayside because of potential tariff issues. Japan, another market that's opening up to U.S. beef and pork. That's our number 2 destination. And for the first time in 20 years, Australia is now going to be accepting U.S. beef. For the past 20 years, Australia has sold beef to the United States to the tune of over $28 billion, but we have not been able to market even a pound in Australia because of trade restrictions. So that's something behind the scenes, just a little insight into what Wisconsin continues to do regardless of what's going on with tariff policies. Just kind of keep making those friendships. The markets today in Chicago are also trying to figure out what direction we're going. There's not much to complain about as far as crop quality. I'm happy to see that dairy is starting to get its legs back underneath it today. Some of it may have to do with the trade momentum coming back towards the United States and the fact that our prices are very, very competitive. On a Thursday, again, barrel cheese stands unchanged at $1.66, but 40-pound block cheese is up a quarter at $1.64.5. Today, the AA butter stands still at $2.42 a pound. So like I said, kind of continuing to watch what's happening on the horizon, both here domestically, where consumption has been a little bit on the flat side for dairy, and then the possibilities on the international scene. And like I said, Josh, possibility to see the Farm Babe this afternoon starting at about 5:30 at Hickory Hill Academy just off South High Point Road. Should be fun. We got a petting zoo, we've got a food truck, we've got music. I may look like something the cats spit out by the time I get there with this weather, but we're going to have fun. You know what I mean?
Oh, you better believe it. A little bit better today than it was yesterday. I was at concerts on the square last night, and it was sticky. There was a point where you don't even care what you look like anymore because we're all looking the same, Pam.
I will resemble that.
All right. Well, you have a great time tonight. Good to connect with you today.
See you later.
Now to our first warn forecast. Of course, it's Thursday, so that means meteorologist Blaze Keller has our special guest and one of our pets of the week today.
Yes, this is little Barton. I don't know if we're able to zoom in on his just sweet little face, but we're going to learn more about him and his brother, but he's going to help me do the weather here on this Thursday. It, of course, is an alert day. We are tracking some hot conditions out there, especially into the afternoon, and we may be dealing with a few showers and thunderstorms that may redevelop as we go into the afternoon hours as well. We are going to continue to sit underneath what we've been talking about for the last couple of days here, this heat dome, this ring of fire pattern, and that's going to last all the way through at least the start of next week. So let's jump ahead to maybe those showers and thunderstorms redeveloping later this afternoon, Mr. Barton. If we want to take a look at radar 3000 and future track, those showers and thunderstorms look to redevelop as we go into maybe the 4, 5, 6 o'clock time frame. Some of these may be severe. If you live closer to Lake Michigan, we're going to be eyeing that chance for 1 or 2 of those thunderstorms to possibly develop some strong winds as well as some hail. There's not really a tornado threat this afternoon, which is some good news, but always make sure that you have a way to receive weather alerts, which of course you can get by downloading the First Warn weather app. As we go overnight into Friday, some fog will move in out of northeastern Wisconsin. You can see it on future track here. That clears up. And we watch along the state line as we go into the afternoon hours on Friday, ending the work week with yet again another chance for showers and thunderstorms. The good news is we'll be slightly cooler than where we have been. As Josh, you mentioned, we were certainly on the warmer side as we went into concerts on the square, and we're going to be back into some of those hot temperatures as we go into, say, Sunday of the weekend. We're also not going to be saying goodbye to those showers and thunderstorms as we go into the next couple of days. In fact, we're going to continue to see those showers and thunderstorm chances as we go into, say, Tuesday of next week. The good news is because we are going to be so hot on Sunday, we probably won't see any showers and thunderstorms until the evening going into Monday. In terms of rain totals, we're looking at over the next couple of days anywhere between a half an inch to closer to Lake Michigan, say the Milwaukee area, closer to that inch to inch and a half mark. There is a look at how hot it is going to be on Sunday. Again, this is when we're expecting temperatures to be in those upper 80s to low 90s. And then let's take a look at just how hot it's going to feel. Once again, Josh, we're going to feel as though we're in those low 100s. But there is some good news on the horizon. We may be cooler than average as we head into the end of July and the start of August, which will be some good news. I'm kind of tired of the heat and humidity, and I think Barton here shares that same sentiment, along with maybe a few other people across southern Wisconsin. There is a look at our 10-day forecast. We are looking at upper 70s to low 80s to kick in starting in the middle of next week.
I feel like we need a weather mascot. Barton's really good up there.
You know what? He did really well on my shoulders, and I'm glad he didn't claw me.
Oh my gosh. Well, we'll learn more about them coming up in our pet segment. But first, we want to get to the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Howard has a solution for those not eating greens, but not willing to give up steak.
I don't know about you, but for me, no matter how many mixed greens and veggies are in a salad, it's probably not going to satisfy me for dinner. So as a way to eat better without sacrificing any of the taste, we came up with a steakhouse salad that's both veggie and meat lover approved. We start by seasoning a lean strip steak with steak seasoning. We want to be generous with the seasoning since we'll be slicing the steak thinly after it's cooked. This will ensure that every bite has lots of flavor. Now, we cook this either on a grill pan or outside on your grill. You know what? You can even do it in your air fryer. While that cooks, we arrange some mixed greens on a platter, cut a beefsteak tomato into chunks, slice up a red onion, and crumble on some blue cheese. Once the steak is cooked just the way you like it, let it rest before slicing it across the grain. Now, this salad may look simple, but I promise it's nothing short of sensational. Drizzle on some homemade or bottled vinaigrette and dig in. I think this might be my new go-to summertime favorite. To get the recipe for our steakhouse salad, all you have to do is visit our website. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a beefy salad-loving way for you to say, ooh, it's so good. Thank you.
After the break, we'll introduce you to our pets of the week from the Dane County Humane Society. Time for Potentially Yours on a Thursday afternoon. Lisa Bernard from the Dane County Humane Society is here with our two special pets of the week. Hi, Lisa.
Hello.
Who are these?
So everyone's already met Barton, here, the orange one, and this is his brother Burton.
Okay.
Barton and Burton.
Yes.
Bit of a tongue twister.
We like our bees today.
I guess you do. Oh, they're so cute.
They are. So they're almost 2 months old. They were found as strays in Madison in a bin by a bunch of garbage.
Oh.
So when they arrived at our shelter, they had upper respiratory infections. They had fleas.
Yeah.
So we've treated them. We put them with one of our volunteer foster families to have a nice quiet place so they could be on the mend, and now they're ready. They're ready to find their new families.
I was going to say, I would have never guessed that they had the upper respiratory or fleas. So what progress has been made, and what would their potential forever home still need to work on?
So they're kittens, and they're a little shy. They're healthy, which is good. they're doing really good now, but when they're a little shy, they like to play with their toys. So having a toy that will help introduce you would be helpful.
And they warm up pretty quickly still, though.
They do. They warm up quickly, and then they're very playful, very curious. I mean, you saw how Barton was climbing all over Blaze, and like he's still checking you out. Burton here is checking Josh out. So we've been told that they warmed up to the point where they enjoyed laying on the lap of their foster. He's licking me. But like they're not really used to being picked up.
Okay.
So that's something that they'll need to get used to a little bit, you know, making it a positive experience.
Absolutely.
They do have sharp nails right now. When they go into surgery tomorrow, they'll get a trim, which will be nice. So having good scratching posts throughout the house and everything, litter box, they seem to be doing well with that. So.
My cats do that, and then they fight.
Well, and so these two, they could go to separate homes, or they could go to a home together.
Okay,
so here we go.
Well, we're going to find them a home.
Yes.
Hey, we also have great news on last week's pet. Chili, the senior Shih Tzu, has also found a forever home, so we'd love to hear that.
Happy.
Again, you can adopt our friends right here, Burton and Barton, today.
Won't be nice.
Thanks for joining us today at noon. Have a great afternoon. We're back with more Live at 4.
You sillies.